She said it softly over dinner, her voice barely more than a breath. I slept with him, to see if I was truly over him. I just stared at her, my fork frozen halfway in my mouth. The sound of the restaurant, the clinking glasses, quiet laughter, the soft of background music, all faded into a strange and distant blur. Time paused. My heart didn't immediately shatter. It just stalled, suspended in disbelief, trying to make sense of the words she just handed me like a casual observation. She kept talking, offering explanations, but her voice blurred into static. Every word blurred behind the roaring in my ears. My mind was spiraling, racing through every memory we'd shared. Every smile, every embrace, every late-night whisper, and watching them unravel, tainted now by what she had confessed. I didn't understand how she could say it so simply, how her lips could form those words without trembling. What I do know is this: I never doubted my worth again. Her confession broke something deep inside me, cracked something I didn't even realize had been holding so much weight. But in its place, it gave me something else. It set me free. I realized I deserved more than someone who had to revisit the past in order to appreciate the present. So now, when people ask why we broke up, I don't tell them the whole story. I simply say, she needed closure and I gave her mine. But I can still hear her voice, like a haunting echo, calm and eerily rehearsed, every syllable clear and deliberate. That night, I sat alone in the apartment we shared. She had gone to stay at her sister's place, giving me space. But I didn't feel space. I felt nothing. I wasn't angry anymore, just numb. I scrolled through old photos on my phone, vacations, holidays, goofy selfies at midnight, and questioned every one. How many of those smiles were real? How many of those moments were genuine? And how many were just her trying to erase him by forcing happiness with me? She hadn't even looked up when she said it. No tears, no guilt, just a flat declaration of someone who convinced herself it wasn't betrayal. It was clarity. She called a mistake, said she was sure now that I was the one she wanted, that she chose me, but the damage was done. I couldn't unhear the way she'd said it. I couldn't unsee her face, blank and almost clinical, as she explained the most intimate violation of our relationship, like it was a learning experience. I didn't want to be someone's second choice, someone they picked only after sampling the wreckage they walked away from. I told her it was over, not because I didn't love her. I did, God, I did, but because I had finally remembered that I loved myself, too, enough to walk away from someone who treated our commitment like a test drive. She cried. She begged. She promised it would never happen again. But I had already seen the truth. And the thing about truth is, once you see it, really see it, you can't pretend you didn't. You can't go back. She had said it like it was nothing more than a daily update, like she was telling me she bought new shoes or bumped into an old friend, but we had been together for 4 years. For years. We weren't perfect, sure, but we were solid. Or at least I thought we were. We laughed, we dreamed. We shared everything, bank accounts, secrets, a future. We had just started talking about marriage. I never saw it coming. Not at all. I asked, trying to keep my voice calm, steady, sane. What do you mean, you slept with him? She finally looked up then, slow and unbothered, and just shrugged. She tried to frame it like it was some kind of emotional reckoning, like cheating was necessary, like betrayal was part of some personal evolution. But I didn't scream. I didn't curse her out or throw my drink across the table. I didn't make a scene. I just stared at her, at Ellie, and in that moment, something settled inside me, something painful and irrevocable. She had never truly left him. Even while loving me, even while planning a life with me, a part of her heart still belonged to the man who once shattered her. And instead of severing that tie, she went back, dragged me along as her emotional safety net, while she touched the fire again to see if it still burned. It didn't mean anything, she said. I just needed to know if I was really done with that part of my life. That part of her life, the one I assumed had ended long ago, was her ex, the toxic one, the one who had cheated on her, wrecked her confidence, made her cry into my chest at 2 a.m. when we first got together. I had been the one who helped her rebuild. I had listened for hours, held her while she wept, whispered promises in the dark that she was safe now. I never asked for anything in return, only honesty. I thought we were building something, I said, barely able to keep my voice from cracking. She sighed, eyes darting around the restaurant, suddenly uncomfortable now that the truth was out in the open. We are, she said, but I had to be sure. You deserve someone who's really ready, right? I couldn't believe the words coming out of her mouth. We didn't finish our meal. I paid the bill, left a generous tip, and walked out without another word. In the days that followed, she tried to reach me. Calls, texts, even a handwritten letter left at my door. She poured out apologies, promised change, pleaded for another chance. But I never went back. And months later, I heard from a mutual friend. She went back to him.